Hi everyone, I'm Alex Sheen, founder of Because I Said I Would, here on week 32 of 52 Promises. This week I volunteered at an organization that I guess I didn't understand as well as I could have, and that's the point of these weeks, right? To learn a little bit, to give a little bit. So this was the YMCA of Central Ohio. Now, I'm actually a YMCA member. I belong to YMCA because that's the gym that's kind of closest to me. Now, when you think of YMCA, naturally, you think of two things. One, the song, and two, you have to think about what the acronym means, right? Young Men's Christian Association, I think that's about right. And I myself, I know this might disappoint some folks, I'm not much of a religious man. I'm not a Christian. And the first time I joined the YMCA, I was sort of curious about this. You know, I knew it wasn't heavily focused on this part of their history, Christianity, and it's part of their mission. And so I was kind of weary of it, but you don't see much of the religious focus in the organization, so I became a member for the gym, as many people do. Now, when it comes to volunteering, I try to do my best to a certain degree to avoid very heavily religious organizations. I want some of my actions to reflect the nature of Because I Said I Would, and the fact is we're not a religious organization. And that's not to say I have anything against Christianity or any religion for that matter. We are an inclusive social movement, and I don't want people to think that I favor one religion over another or the movement does, because that's simply just not true. But as I was beginning my discussions with the YMCA of Central Ohio, they talked to me more and more about really what their true mission is, and I could rattle off their mission statement, but it's more in the sense of helping people. It's more in the sense of building a community, of trying to be that community center, which I think they do a great job of, and they focus much less on the religious aspect. And to give another analogy of this type of religious focus and maybe where their level is at, you look at Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity is also, in its own right, a religious organization, but it sort of plays into the background of what I think is more focused on, which is, let me rephrase that, it's more of their focus to be on action, on the actions of helping people, than it is that of prayer or anything else. So with that, I thought, I was comfortable with this, and I volunteered at the YMCA of Central Ohio at one of their new facilities. And now, you might think of YMCA as, it's a swimming gym, so Alex must have volunteered at some sort of gym, which would be odd in some ways. But actually, YMCA does a lot more. They actually have a homeless shelter, a shelter for men, women, and children in Central Ohio and Columbus that they just newly built. And I went there, and as they're putting together these beds, they needed, they're assembling bunk beds. They needed the mattresses to be hauled over. So I did that. I also put together hygiene kits. So as they're coming into the shelter, they have a little kit with, toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, soap, shampoo. I helped assemble maybe 90 of those, 60 of those. I wasn't really counting. But it was a good experience. It's something that opened my eyes to the efforts of this organization and they're more of their focus, I understand now. And I got to help for a couple hours. I think I got there at 9:30. And left at about 12, but there's a little bit of an intro and tour and things, so a couple hours. With that, I am also excited about YMCA of Central Ohio because they'll be joining us for our annual event, which is in Columbus. It's just less than a month away, which is crazy to think about because we've been planning this for so long. It'll be on September 6th. In Columbus, and we won't be joined by just YMCA of Central Ohio. We'll be joined by 30 other national nonprofit organizations I think we're at 25 right now on sign up, and we're closing out the last few applicants here. And then those include organizations like the American Cancer Society, Big Brothers Big Sisters, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, Military Child Coalition, Military Child Education Coalition. Sorry guys, bad with names. Nonprofits, we always have to have like 5 words in our names at least to be descriptive or something. We need to work on that. But I'm excited because we're having these nonprofits join us because, you hear these moving speeches of our main stage speakers like Eva Kor, who survived the Holocaust. You hear that and you feel you have that emotion, but you need a place to bring that to action. The emotion, the tears, the thoughts, it really doesn't bring much good into the world until it comes to action, to a promise to help others, to better yourselves, better your community, and that's why we're so excited about the nonprofits. And as you guys know, I'm big into volunteerism, not necessarily because I always enjoy it, but because I feel it is necessary, because I believe in it. It's just like because I said I would. I don't always enjoy every moment of working. I don't always enjoy the long nights, the flights, the schedules, the back-to-backs, the 16-hour days sometimes. I don't always enjoy it, but I believe in it, and I think that's more important than enjoying things sometimes. At any rate, thanks for tuning in this week. I hope to see you next week for 33, and I got to get this up because it's almost midnight. Peace.